up front. Bob Youngles continues to lead, and they've no problems letting him because he's absolutely full of fire, full of strength, and he wants to try and show it. Is it a little bit too much of a show of strength? On his wheel is Davide Ballerini in the blue of Astana. The dark sunglasses and the beard of his teammate Magnus Kort. That's how you tell those two riders be apart, as Lotto Soudal lead the charge behind. Jens Kukalea, who goes well in this race, but might be a useful finisher as well. Should have come down to that, and he's putting the hurt on Stefan Kung, sitting third wheel there in the unfamiliar colours of the Groupama FDJ squad. Meanwhile, Group 3 on the road, now 56 seconds down. 12 seconds is the time gap between our leaders, led by Bob Youngles, and the group they were in not so long ago. And the gap is up around about a minute. Things are looking very, very serious for those behind. Dylan Groenewegen is in a little bit of trouble, but Andre Greipel, well, maybe he's in a bit of trouble too. He finds himself at the back of the line. Well, they're working hard, but for how much longer are we going to be able to see them out front? Because it's just a 46-second advantage for these riders. It was crossing the line down to 38 seconds, then it's leapt up a little bit in recent times, but you get a sense that this is borrowed time. But they're being chased by a peloton that is stretched thin under the combined efforts of the Mitchelton Scott squad, the Jumbo Visma team that have been up front for much of the afternoon, and also Bora Hansgrohe have shown willing in the job of closing this one down. 26.5 kilometers remaining for Cesare Benedetti to make it possible for, well, it's either going to be Pascal Ackermann or Jempe Drucker, but we believe are going to do the business for the Bora Hansgrohe squad. You know, riders all over the place. Oh, crumbs, they go around that, just a little bit of a road furniture. Oh, Trentin on the deck. And we're just mentioning Matteo Trentin in the white of the European Road Race Champions colours. Shouldn't be any panic here from the Italian. He's been here before, but he's got a rider to assist him back on, but that's not coming at an ideal moment for Matteo Trentin. Well, this is interesting because that's Jempe Drucker who's on the front. Now, this man was 6th in this race in 2018. He's a fine finisher in his own right, and he's finding himself going off the front. So I think maybe they're just a bit aware. It's all kicking off. It's all fascinating stuff because Drucker is a fine finisher, albeit let's be aware that in his team today, they've got the German national road race champion and one of the preeminent sprinters of his generation in Pascal Ackermann. He didn't finish yesterday in Het Nieuwsblad, but if he's in this group today, as we believe he is, then they will surely set up for Ackermann. So Drucker, well, you might have thought of him as maybe a last lead-out man or in the lead-out train for Ackermann, but no, he's on the front for Bora Hansgrohe. They're starting to press on a little bit, perhaps to try and make it difficult for Trentin, who's really struggling to get in, and he has been in flying form so far this year. Matteo Trentin, 3 wins already in 2019, 5th in this race in 2017, 9th yesterday, and many people believe that he could well be a man to challenge today, but he's in the cars trying to get back on after that crash. De Koning all over this one like a rash. They're not making any effort, but Drucker's not looking for any assistance.
No, he's committed to this, to doing the job here now, and looks like Matteo Trentin here is finding it very difficult to get back in again with this one. And he goes Bob Jones.
Oh, that had to happen, didn't it? Because he really is the strong man of that move. And now coming down, 16 kilometers remaining. So inside, we're just approaching the finish line to get the bell. Magnus Kort all used up. Great effort from the Astana man as he heads back into the, I wouldn't say sanctuary of the peloton. It's pretty hectic in there at the moment as well. And now Sebastian Langeveld finds himself with the job of trying to close it down to his erstwhile breakaway companion. Oliver Nassen not yet minded to try and close this one. Nassen just sitting on the wheel of Langeveld when Bob Youngles ventures forth for glory. Is it to be the last man standing? Well, still giving the De Koning squad a bit of a free ride here, but one suspects they're going to try and shake it up a little bit as they approach the line. Not so long for that to be. 15 kilometers remaining. The big bunch behind him, one long line led by Jempe Drucker. Nassen in all sorts of pain, and one wonders whether Clement Venturini was able to get back up and get back in. A little bit of a reset. Drucker has a little look around to see what he did. to the great relief of many in that group, I feel. The bell goes, 15 kilometers remaining for Bob Jungels. Surely it's beyond the big Luxembourg rider to hang on. Oliver Nassen's second across the line.
Okay, it's a reduced peloton, which means that we haven't got full numbers from all of the teams to do the lead out, but I think Jungels is in with a shout, but it's certainly not a done deal just yet.
Well, it's a done deal for these guys. Unfortunately, Oliver Nassen just about to be retained by the peloton, led by the Jumbo-Visma squad, as Jempe Drucker peels off his work as done. Well, as he peels off, he drops back to 5th place. I think he's going to give another little bit of a squirt in a little while. Oh, Trentin.
I think that
have we got a problem? Is that it?
I think that's a red card that's gone up.
Yeah, I think you could be right, because there's no way that Matteo Trentin would be just dropping off the peloton. Doesn't look as if he's got any obvious mechanical issue. We won't leap to too many conclusions here, but we do think that, like you say, it could well be he's been sent to the naughty step for a little while. Okay, well, indeed, for the rest of the race. Matteo Trentin, it looks very like he's not going to be able to contend for the victory. Drucker tracked by Seneschal. Lambert is there as well to assist. Asgreen as well for the De Kooning squad. Not assist the chase, if you understand, but merely to block for this man, their teammate. Bob Jungels are making it more difficult for another rider to come up from behind to assist Drucker.
And that's what they're trying to do on all of these tighter corners here now. It's just trying to block as much as they can. Ideally let Bob Jungels get a couple of meters more, another second there to maybe try and hold on. I think it's going to be very, very difficult though. But right now, the whole team of the Koenig Quick-Step are doing such a great job down in the peloton there, just placing themselves on the front, letting Jempe Drucker from Bora Hansgrohe do all of the work, and no one else is coming up to give him a hand either.
Now the attacks are happening. Somebody wants to... Is it Dull trying to kill you? Yeah, he's going to go for a long one. They're a little bit shy of sprint talent, so this has got to be the way to play it for the Sky squad. Bad news for Jungels, but Yves Lampaert is going to cover that one. Wayne Dull goes clear, drags a couple of riders with
Nicky
him.
Terpstra is coming up there as well.
Where's the response coming from behind? Nicky Terpstra in the black and yellow colours of the Direct Energy team. Unfamiliar colours for the Dutch star. He's on the tail of a former teammate, Yves Lampaert, and they're trying to close down Bob Jungels. Well, that's not what Lampaert wants. Jungels still 18 seconds remaining from his lead with 2 kilometers remaining in the bunch, not yet able to respond, down to 16 seconds. Dull looks around him. Lampaert is just going to cover this one. He's not going to counter. So many neutrals will be willing on the man from Luxembourg. So many biased Belgian fans as well want to see the De Kooning Quick-Step squad get another great victory. Can they double up in Flanders on the opening Classics weekend? He's under the kite with 16 seconds of an advantage. You know, if that peloton was 150 strong with lead-out teams organised, you'd say there'd be no problem for them to close it down. But this peloton behind is almost a spent force. They're exhausted. They've been out front all afternoon, and Bob Jungels has his elbows all over the place. That beautiful form is starting to disappear a little bit, but he's going to just lay it all out. Cucalera on the front. Lampert's going to watch him. Terpstra's gone, I think, or about to go on the other side of the road. Terpstra just looking at them, rolls through onto the front of that chase group of 4, and he's into the final straight, into the final few hundred meters. Can he possibly hang on as the camera foreshortens the angle? Bob Jungels, we said there was no chance he'd do it. I tell you what, he just might hang on. Bob Jungels into the final few hundred meters of what's been an enthralling edition of Kuurne, Brussels Kuurne, and he's going to hang on, I think. The 4 behind are going to be swamped as the peloton sprinters get set to launch again. Here comes Wayne Dull with another late attack, but I think it's going to be for second. Bob Jungels can zip up the jersey and think about his celebration now, because Bob Jungels is going to hang on with 50 meters remaining. It's a beautiful, beautiful win. Victory, 2 wins for De Kooning Quick-Step on the opening weekend, and victory for Bob Jungels as he takes his first success in Kuurne, Brussels Kuurne. Israel Cycling Academy, one of their riders down, and it's a second place on the line for the going duel of the Sky squad. Team Sky getting a nice second place finish, but it's Jengels who can celebrate. He's got the glory.